are live. Wait for a few more folks to hop on. Seeing one or two right now. So let's wait a few moments. Dad, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Sweet. All right, so yeah, last week I had some issues of StreamYard crashing twice, once before the show and once during the show. So hopefully I'm not having any. Hopefully I'll luck out. Hopefully. So hey James, Jason, how you doing, buddy?
Good evening.
Oh, crazy echo. How about now? Okay. How about now? Okay. All right. So, Dad, I went ahead and unmuted or muted you. I guess it's your mic. So, if I ask you a question, I'll unmute you and then mute me. Okay, buddy. All right. Let's go ahead and get that going. All right. So over the weekend, we had a festival going on. Brandon and I did do some scouting for our event in November. So I'll kind of go over. But first, I'm gonna go over this week. We had our homecoming event. Super fun. Actually, tried doing that live when you go vertical. First time doing that, and it was pretty successful. Was kind of nervous because it was so loud out there. I wasn't sure if anyone was going to be able to hear me, but it turned out okay. So I did that, and then surprisingly, man, they weren't joking when you get a lot of views when you do that. Kind of like that short method on live streams. That's pretty cool. And then Dad, he had his um, 40th reunion, which I'll have Dad go over that real quick. So Dad, over the weekend, you're in charge of the your 40th reunion. Um, how many classmates showed up for your all your classmates showed up for your guys' thing, and how many were at the float?
Uh, Maybe 20, 30, close to 30, maybe. I'm guessing. That's just a guess. I haven't heard the count yet.
All right. So Dad is was in charge, completely in charge of his class reunion. Had a wonderful time. We had our rival football game, homecoming game, which we ended up losing. Did a few shorts on that. Other than that, filming wise, I didn't do a whole lot. Now, Brandon and I, over the weekend, decided to. We have a natural hunt portion of our seated. So we got a seated hunt and a natural hunt Tri Valley event in the first weekend of November. So Brandon and I decided to go out to the location to kind of test the ground. So this place is around 80 acres, and we wanted to go scout where some locations were at, where we were thinking the homestead was going to be at. So we traveled down there, and now these 80 acres they were sectioned. portioned off. So you had, it wasn't a true 80-acre field. It was basically, it was like cut in half, and then you had sectioned. So we went to where we thought the homestead was at and found a quite a few. Now we were just scanning. No, we didn't do any digging. We just wandered around scanning the ground. We went out there where we thought the homestead was at. There was a cellar. We got quite a few relic targets. No high conductors out there. And we kind of wandered around for a good maybe hour or so in that first field. So we decided to move into the second field, or technically the third field, um, just to kind of go up the hill to see if there was a some form of foundation or something on top of that hill. And unfortunately, we didn't get anything. So we decided to. We were getting nervous at that time. We're like, "Oh no, this ain't looking good." So we came back towards the farm itself and decided to hunt the first field. And we are just scanning the ground, just kind of wandering around, see if we can pick up any targets. And first thing we noticed was this stone, kind of the stone foundation wasn't, natural. It was man made. Then we found a brick foundation, or some, like almost like, it kind of looked like a chimney, but it was tipped over. And then we saw tree line, cut down tree line. So we decided to hunt down through this first field along the fence and notice that tree line. So when you see a tree line out in the middle of a field, that's a windbreaker. So we decided to, and it's always going to be on the north side. So we decided to go to the south of that, and then that's when we started pinging on so many different targets. Mid range, we got relic targets, and then we got a bunch of high conductors. So we mapped out the targets that we were pinging off of, and then talked to the owner about, okay, they have cattle there. So we decided, okay, let's just do this first field and the second field with the cellar. It's a good 20, 30 acres, and we're expecting about 20 people for the natural hunt. So we decided, instead of doing the 80 acres and, people wandering around and maybe not find anything out in those 80 acres, we shortened it down to about 30 acres where we know where people are actually going to find some stuff. So we got the first field just scattered around. We just goofed around. We didn't scan the whole field. We weren't planning on being there all day. So good couple hour just scanning around, and quite a few high conductors. Some of these high conductors are about 6 inches deep. They're small, really sweet. Brandon's betting money that one of them might be a $50. I'm saying more of a quarter range for me. But yeah, these targets were 5, 6, 7 inches, small. Sounded really, really good. So like on a Manicore, I was swinging my Manicore, and I think I was pinging off like 92s, 93s, 94s on some of those targets, and then a lot of dime ranges. So I got one person for the hashtag, guys. Get some hashtags in. I probably won't stay live very long because I have been having some issues of my computer crashing. Not my computer. It's more like StreamYard's crashing. It's not my computer. It's like StreamYard will freeze, and then my screen will go kind of blank, and I can't get back on unless I turn off the computer and then restart the computer and then just restore the page. It's weird. Super weird. All right, so this weekend, I don't have a whole lot of plans this weekend besides, yeah, James, it happens. I switched rooms, so I now I'm across the street, and I have a different internet provider over here. So I don't think that's the issue. I really think it's I really think that's the StreamYard having issues. So I don't know. Who knows? Jason, yes. So we got about 300 acres. We're waiting on for them to plow and everything, and we're gonna be hitting that hard this winter. We got a lot. One of those permissions is actually a schoolyard. Um, but yeah, it's right outside of town, about 300 acres, and we are excited about hitting that. Now the schoolyard's not gonna be 300 acres, but it's on that field that we're planning on hitting. So this weekend, yeah, I don't have any plans this weekend. I've been helping my brother with his Halloween stuff, so I might go to a park or two. But this weekend is Treasure Fest. Dad is going to it this year. He is super excited about going. So, Dad, you want to kind of go over last year's stuff? I'll unmute you. I'll unmute you in a second. Um, yeah, it, I'm starting to think it is StreamYard having some issues. So, probably since they did the update about, um, they bumped up the payment stuff. They probably did a bunch of tech stuff, and I don't know. So Dad's gonna go. Let's have Dad go over some things about last year's Treasure Fest and maybe his game plan for this year. So Dad, go ahead.
Yeah, I last year I was in a lot of pain and I wore tennis shoes, and the terrain in the field, uh, it was terrible. So uh, I've got boots this year, and I got a new set of knees. Uh, so I'm ready to kill it. I uh, I went to Indian Territory hunting. Middle of May, and when was it? Middle of May, right before I had my other one done. And I did real good. So I got two new ones now, and I'm ready to hit it hard. I got boots. I'm gonna try on the other side of the field this time. Go from there, and none of my kids are gonna be there, so I got a lot of friends that are going to be there, and I'm anxious to meet the quarter hoarder. I've been watching him a lot. Hopefully, he's got Dougie with him. Of course, Brandon, the bottle hunter, is going to be there. Him and his wife and a little girl. Uh, but we leave Friday morning. It's going to be fun, and a bunch of other people, friends, are going to be there. So looking forward to it. And then after that, we got the November hunt, the Tri Valley hunt, and we're all looking forward to that one. Hopefully, the weather's nice. Brian, I was in charge of my class of 480 or 484, class of 84, but I had two girls helping me, two classmates, and they were big help.
All right. Yeah, I noticed them helping you when I was down there. Of course, your brother and your sister and grandpa all joined in out there having some fun. But I didn't stay too long. A couple of beers and I was good to go. So yeah, so Dad's traveling. So we have like a little treasure family that we call when we go traveling for these events, and it seems like everywhere we go, we're always booking the same hotel, we're always staying in the same place, we're always hunting together and going out to eat together. Going to these seated events, these large events, it's it's not like you have a fishing buddy or you have your metal detecting buddy. You have metal detecting family. You have treasure family, and we might see each other a few times a year, but when we're together, it's literally like family. And that's probably the main reason why I enjoy these events so much. Uh, I still have one entry. I think James might win this one. Let's see. I got 5 watching. Only one entry. Jason, hashtag TVMD, bro. And I have been, so I'm changing it up. I'm just randomly going to grab a prize. Yeah, James. James doesn't mind. If he wins, I'll just throw it in his little treasure box he won for November's hunt. There you go. Some competition, James. So, yeah, last week's winner has not got with me. I saw her on the live over the weekend and reminded her. I don't know if she could hear me or not, but if she does not get with me by Monday, I'm gonna go ahead and redo that prize and add it for next week's. As long as I don't crash. Hopefully, I'm hoping I don't crash during this one. Nice. So yeah, so Dad and I are going to that one as well. So we are planning on staying at I believe Camp Allen. That's what it's called, right, Dad?
Yeah, yeah. Along with the rest of the metal detecting family.
So yeah, the staying at Camp Allen this year. It's just like 10 miles or so from the location Greenville. They're adding, I think, like what 15 or 1,700 more acres to this year's hunt, and yeah, we're really excited for this one. So I know Chris, Show Me Chris, he went to the Show Me hunt and he absolutely had a blast. This was a basically a relic hunter's dream come true. Um, yes, I still need to call up there. I and book our spot. If we can't get a room, I don't mind camping. Um, I don't know about Dad. He might want to stay at a hotel if we can't get a room. But I don't mind camping. Yep. But yeah, James, that Show Me Hunt is one of those hunts. If you really, and I know you guys do, really enjoy the Civil War atmosphere, that is a super hot spot, historical location. So many trails. I'm sure a lot of dragoon camps were out there, and Confederate camps were out there. So yeah, 1,700 plus acres of just so much, so much relic hunting. Uh, so Jason. So XP will have a booth at Treasure Fest this year. I believe so. So I'm pretty confident. Dad, can you?
I'm pretty sure they're going to be there.
Okay. So yeah, XP is gonna have a booth at Treasure Fest this year. I know XP will also have a booth later in Arkansas for the Ozark hunt. That's 2 weeks after Treasure Fest. So it's kind of cool. XP is starting to get more involved with the U.S. market. You usually don't see them in the U.S. events, like unless it's like dig stock. Um, but they're starting to venture more out into U.S. Events. Yes, James. I'm doing a little bit of history on that. There's a lot of history out there. So there is also a Boy Scout camp. A couple of them, I think. A couple of scouts, maybe Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts, but just nearby, be kind of neat to hit. But the camp itself that we kind of want to go to, I'm not sure how old it is, but I'm sure there's stuff on there, and hopefully they can let us detect a little bit out there. If not, it'd be so well. But it's gonna be a blast. And last time I checked, tickets were almost sold out or getting pretty close. All right, so we're 20 minutes in. I'm going to try to shoot for 30-minute shows for a while, guys, until I can figure out what StreamYard is doing with me crashing and everything. Because I'm sure I'm due for another crash here any minute. It seems like every 30 minutes my StreamYard crashes. So it looks like there's only two people going to get in this little hashtag. I'm seeing 5 people watching right now. All right, so this November, so November 1st, November 2nd is Tri Valley's annual hunt. So we split it up, doing a natural hunt on the first and the seeded portion on the second. I'm doing Friday and Saturday because Sunday is daylight savings time, and that really screws up with people. So I don't like daylight savings time. So we always have people come down on Friday anyway. So I was like, let's just do a natural hunt then for the people that come down. So I was only expecting like 10, but more like 20 people have signed up for it. So I'm pretty excited about that. I was actually quite surprised that so many people signed up for the natural portion. So James, his wife, Show Me Chris is coming down. I think Show Me. Hey Gary, how you doing, buddy? Show Me Chris is actually going to be camping out in in my driveway with his little camper, and I got a few other people that's going to be camping. James, Risha, I think they're staying at one of the hotels, local hotels, and I think the Treasure family is going to be staying at local hotels. So it's going to be a great evening. And then on top of that, for all the kids that do come down on Friday with the folks that's coming down, my brother and I, we are having our Halloween display, everything, and candy just for Friday as well. So we're gonna have everything opened up for that. Gonna be fun. I talked to my brother into doing Halloween again for Friday, so that's gonna be pretty cool. On top of that, hopefully there's a home game football. I'm gonna go watch that. Other than that, the seated portion, it's the same as last year. It's just gonna be a little different. Instead of one large hunt, I broke it down into a couple hunts with the kids event separate from the adults. So, all right. So, Dad, you got anything to say? Anything before we start doing the drawing?
Guys, wish me luck next week. I'm ready.
So, yeah, Dad is super excited. Both his knees have been replaced. He's feeling good. Um, Jason, yeah, yeah. So, funny story about that. We found it out our local park, and after that large rain that came down, we decided to go back out there and pulled out a silver spoon and a couple silver dimes. So it seems like nothing is hunted out. Yeah, last year Dad won a metal detector as a door prize, and tokens not so much. I think this year they're doing something different. They're gonna have all most of that silver out in the field this year, and then I think there's gonna be less prizes, but they're all big prizes. So hopefully Dad can cash in on one of those uh, cash tokens. Hey, Paul. Other than that, guys, let's do this drawing. I got 4 people in here. So Gary, yeah, I just randomly pick out something out of my prize jar, and I'll send it to you. It won't be a ticket. It'll be like, it can be foreign coins, silver coins, just something random I'll pick out. All right, guys. 4 entries. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, Paul. Hey, NorCal. All right, Paul's a winner. Congrats, Paul. Paul, can you let me pop my screen up real quick? So my email is at the bottom right there under my name. Can you email me there with your information, and I'll get that sent out to you as soon as I possibly can. So Dad graduated in '84. That was his 40th year reunion. Hey, Brian. So at the bottom here, last week's winner has till Monday to claim their prize. If not, Dad, James is calling you a kid. If that person does not claim their prize, I'll have 2 drawings next week for prizes, guys. So, Paul, please send me an email. I'll get that sent out as soon as I can. All right, guys. Show is over. I'm doing short. I'm shortening it up. Gary, 1979. Heck yeah. Yeah, I'm going to only do 30-minute episodes for now due to crashings. That being said, I do have a premiere tomorrow at 5:15 Central Time, followed by Iron Antler. I think theirs is at 5:30 or 5:45 Central Time, followed by their live show at 6 o'clock Central Time. So, guys, I'll see you tomorrow on premieres or James's live show. Dad, you got anything to say?
But no, I don't have nothing to say. Thank you for getting me on here, Brian.
Thanks for 5:45 his premiere. So mine's at 5:15. James is at 5:45, followed by his live show at 6 o'clock. So everyone, be safe. Have a wonderful evening, and see you next week or tomorrow.